He joins us now from Dundee. Good evening to you, Mr. Hosie. Good to see you.
Evening.
Given that so much of the election campaign in Scotland was fought on the SNP's part by the idea you cannot trust these Westminster politicians, do you trust David Cameron?
Well, I think what we said is we wanted to win and win big in order to hold Westminster to account. I think that's the language we used. So we now need to hold Westminster to account. David Cameron promised before the referendum there would be an unprecedented programme of devolution. In your package, he was described as saying he wanted it to be one of the most powerful devolved administrations in the world. So he now needs to come good on that, and that means powers more than the Smith Commission, which are, of course, barely 30% of our tax base or perhaps 15% of our welfare spending. That really doesn't fit the bill in terms of what he promised himself.
But as you well know, because many members of your party put it to me during this election campaign, September the 18th, Scotland voted no on independence. Within hours, David Cameron was saying we should have English votes for English laws. So that's why I'm asking you whether you actually trust what he says.
Well, I mean, the point we've made on that is to say that if he wants English votes for English laws where it makes sense, in principle, that's a fine thing. The problem is he can't hold back Scottish devolution by linking or co-joining EVEL, English votes for English laws, with more powers for Scotland. He can do, in a sense, what he likes in terms of the English constitutional position, but that must not be allowed to hold Scotland back.
You have had a big mandate from Scottish voters, your 56 seats in Parliament. Nevertheless, you're a minority party with a majority Conservative government. You really haven't got many bargaining chips.
I disagree entirely. I think the half share of the vote that we achieved, the 56 out of 59 MPs, is an extraordinary mandate. And as many SNP people and other commentators have said, we think the Prime Minister and his team would be rather foolish if they were to ride roughshod over Scotland, where the opposition party, the SNP, has such an overwhelming majority and strong mandate. I think they will listen. I'm glad today's meeting was constructive and that's helpful. So I'm sure the First Minister will now keep her promise, make the necessary demands based on the manifesto we fought the election on, and let's see how David Cameron and Westminster respond.
And in this morning's newspapers, I'm sure you saw a senior member of your party at Westminster was quoted as saying that the SNP could push ahead with a second independence referendum without Westminster agreement. Is that what you're thinking about?
What we said in this election, forgive me, is that this election 2015 was not about independence. We did not seek a mandate for independence. The First Minister, the Deputy First Minister, myself and many others have been extremely clear indeed. There'd have to be a qualitative shift in circumstances for the Scottish people to demand a second referendum. And we've gone further to say that even this incredible victory we have, it doesn't reflect those changing circumstances. So, we've won the election in Scotland on a clear mandate for more powers to hold Westminster to account. The Prime Minister will be made aware very quickly what those additional priority powers should be. Let's see how he and his government in London now respond to the wishes of the Scottish people.
Mr. Hosie, thanks for your time. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Now,